Oh yeah. So we have a couple of these to hand out. But if you want information, we can send it if you want. Look for yourself. That's Billy's address.
That's it.
And that's his phone number. Okay.
Whose address is that?
That's the president of the IRB.
That's Billy Maguire. And he lives in Limerick.
He lives down in Askeaton. His father was the president before him. It was his family who funded the whole revolution.
Funded the revolution?
They funded everything. They funded the setting up of not the revolution. They funded the setting up of Dáil Éireann and the Dáil Éireann courts. They gave £1 million at the time. 1917. They bought Vaughan's Hotel in Parnell Square. That was the headquarters of the IRB. Vaughan's Hotel. It was called Vaughan's Hotel at the time. Vaughan's. 29. Yes.
Vaughan's Hotel.
That was HQ of the IRB.
And where was that now, Vaughan's Hotel? Was it on the square?
Past Teachers Club, up the top on the left.
And up
Number 29, Granby Road.
29 Granby Road was...
That's where the state, the Sovereign Republic of Eire was founded. That's where it all began. See, you ask any member of the Oireachtas or Independence Day and they can't tell you. Ask them when and where the state was founded. They don't know. Because even they have been engineered out of... The history's been engineered out of them. They don't know anything. They really don't. That was, the example of that was on Vincent Brown last Thursday, or Friday, whatever. I think it was Thursday.
Some of that, yeah.
Where Richard Beale had asked the question to 4 members of the Royal Oireachtas, what's their Independence Day? Not one of them knew. They didn't know. That's how embarrassing this is. Everybody knows America's Independence Day, but, well, I think the country is aware of Ireland's Independence Day now.
And what is it?
21st of January.
21st of January. 1919.
1919, at that year, at noon, Dáil Éireann and the Dáil Éireann courts were both ratified in the Mansion House in the Cabinet Room at the Cabinet table that day. That's our Independence Day. And we should be celebrating that. But the Oireachtas can't because they were committing treason to the Crown, in essence.
But you see, when you follow the history of the revolution in Ireland, we were still under the control of Britain. They still had the ports up to 38 or something.
If they
still in control here.
If they deem the ports are to their, need, they'll take them. They'll invade this country militarily. But what they're doing, they have invaded it financially. They have invaded this country surreptitiously, silent coup d'etat. That's what's happened. Through austerity, corporate takeover via KPMG. Okay? That's how they've done it, because there are no Irish banks. All the banks are under the Rothschild cartel in this country, as it is all over the world. You know? You ask a bank for their license, they can't give you a license. They can't show. Only a sovereign government can issue licenses, collect taxes, make appointments, and appoint a judiciary. And the legitimacy today is given to the legal fraternity because people don't know. It's done by tacit acquiescence.
Has any legal done a thesis on this?
Well,
they should.
They should. If they're genuine, they should.
One should throw this out to Trinity and UCD and ask them the legal to do a thesis on it and research.
But you see,
research that from right way back.
Well, we may do a book because none of these historians or legalese will get their works published. Even Dermot Ferret has stated that we won't get our books published if we print the truth.
Really?
Who's going to print it? Who's going to print these books? Who will print the book stating the facts? Who will do that? Because
one can do it undercover in some way.
Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it all right.
Do it outside of this country.
Sure.
And Senator has all this information.
They have it. They all have it. They all have the information, but they won't release it because they're getting paid. They're getting big commissions. They're getting paid. They're getting paid.
The status quo.
They won't rock the boat. They ain't rock. They're not going to bite the hand that feeds them. That's the bottom line. They have them trapped with money. They've always encapsulated a nation with money. Yeah. Do you want to capture me going over? You can press the big one. Okay, that's recording now. That's recording now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Record. Stop recording. Maybe it is recording. It is recording. Yeah, it's recording.
Alright.
Okay. So I'm going to go over to Dermot. I'm going to stay. No, you see, the IRB never disbanded. We have the proof of it here.
Right.
I think it states in his book that he lays out he disbanded the IRB. He didn't have the right to do that because he wasn't a member of the Supreme Council.
Sure.
And only the Supreme Council can do that. So here's the proof that the IRB is still in existence. And the president is Billy Maguire. He lives in Limerick.
It's a secret organisation. You're telling us who its leadership is?
No, it's not. Well, it was secret to the Crown at that time.
All right.
It shouldn't be secret to the present day situation. The people of Ireland today. It shouldn't be. If it is, we're in a very bad situation.
We are in a very bad situation.
And we are in a bad situation.
Our water is being sold out to, and people are being suppressed all over the country. So it is a very bad situation.
But we can get it back. This is the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
But most people kind of say, no, you can't do it. It's easy. If, for example, Richie Boucher, see, there are no banks of Ireland. They're all under the Crown. Every one of them.
But the reality is that there are. Whether you want to acknowledge them or not, they do exist.
No, they do exist, but they're chartered under the Crown, under the Rothschilds. So Richie Boucher was asked, as was Archie Kane at the AGM, where's your licence? You can't produce a licence. It's only a sovereign government can issue licences, collect taxes, make appointments and appoint judiciary.
You're supposed to have a licence for a dog. But if I have a dog and he's biting you, and you're going to ask if I have a licence, it's not going to do any difference, is it? You're still going to get bitten by the dog.
Sure. Well, what's the legal licence for dogs?
But by law, you're supposed to have a licence. There is a law that says you're supposed to have a licence for a dog. If I had a dog without a licence and it was biting you, the licence wouldn't make a bit of difference to it. You'd still get bitten. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That I'm not disputing what you're saying about the legality or, the antecedents or whatever of it. But the fact is they're there, and they have the police behind them, they have the state behind them, and they're screwing us.
I know that. Well, you see,
I know you know that.
If we hold them to their oath, like the guards, they're sworn peace officers, like the guard oath of office. We don't recognise them as police. We don't go to court. I'm in the IRB, right? None of us go to court because they're only British courts. And if you go in voluntarily on foot of a summons or an invitation, you're recognised as a court. So we just return to sender.
Okay, so you don't go in voluntarily, what's going to happen?
It disappears.
Oh, it's not going to disappear. They're going to come knocking on your door.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that may happen.
It will happen.
I know. So I do this all the time. I live my life now. It's like if they knock on your door and if you broke law, not legal. If you broke law, committed a crime, harm, loss and injury, where should be rightfully arrested. But, you know, on foot of allegations of offending acts, licenses, double yellow line and so forth, they're only acts under the Crown. And if you want to recognise that as law, well, then that's what gives it legitimacy.
If you don't recognise it, what's going to happen?
Well,
They will come into your house and take you eventually.
If you return to sender some indications to go to court within a certain time period, usually within a number of days, usually within 3 days, it's only an offer of the contract. Once you return that offer, it's null and void. It goes back, and it's business. It goes back to the clerk, and it has to be binned.
Well, we've had this discussion before. I'm sorry, I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I don't think it's the reality. I'm not hostile to what you're saying. I'm not, you know, opposed to you. I just don't think what you're saying works. That's all.
That's fair enough. It's like
I mean, I actually introduced myself to you there and said hello to you, so you know I'm not hostile to you.
I know. No, I'm just trying to. It took a long time it takes a while for people to get how this stuff works. And you know, how they trap you into it. Give you a title of Mr. and Mrs. and Miss. That's the title under the Crown, and if you agree to that, if you recognise that.
Okay.
That kind
All the best anyway.
Okay, dear, appreciate it anyway. Well, that's the scenario. I want to give it to Shane.